Hey guys, before this video starts, I'd just like to say that my new website has been updated. We got some new products. I started off with the liberal tears mug, and that did really well. So I added a feminist tears mug because I saw some people suggesting that, so I put one in. Also, a no safe space here, American flag. Sorry about that. And Trump is my president, and that is from the Trump is not my president hashtag that trended on Twitter the day Trump got elected. So that's also available in a number of colors. And also, if you would like to buy these products, they ship out very quickly, and everybody that buys a product, I think, will be entered into a giveaway. I think I'm going to give away like an Xbox or a PS4 or something. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet, but if you order something, you'll be automatically in the list, and I'll randomly select someone, and voila, you'll probably have a new Xbox. You might, I don't know, so we'll see. So if you guys are interested, it'll be the first link in the description, or it'll be a card on the screen, and go ahead and check it out if you're interested. Thank you. Let's get on with the video.
Our country's immigration system is broken. Our laws are not being enforced, and most Americans are wary of the so-called reforms coming out of Washington. For nearly 30 years, Americans have been promised a secure border and an immigration system that works for all Americans. Those promises have not been kept, and both political parties bear responsibility for that. Right now, the President of the United States is able to shut down the enforcement of some of our immigration laws because he does not like those laws. Never mind that he took an oath to faithfully execute the law. Never mind that you have to follow all laws whether you agree with them or not. And never mind that respect for and adherence to the law is the bedrock of a functioning democracy. As we move toward an immigration system that works for all Americans and a system worthy of your respect, we should keep in mind the primary function of government is the safety and security of the American people. That is true on the national level with national defense. It is true on the state and local level with law enforcement and police officers. The House Judiciary Committee is considering a bill introduced to strengthen the interior enforcement of our immigration laws by allowing state and local governments to enforce federal immigration law. In doing so, we remove the ability of this or future presidents of either party to systematically shut down portions of the law to suit their political purposes. In addition, we embrace the reality that many people currently in the country unlawfully did not cross any border. Rather, they were invited into our country through a visa and did not leave when required to by law. I want you to keep something in mind as we consider allowing state and local law enforcement to assist our federal ICE officers in enforcing our immigration laws and preserving the safety and security of our border and our interior. We trust state and local law enforcement officers to enforce every category of law, from murder to child sex cases to narcotics trafficking. Who do we call when we hear noises outside of our house in the middle of the night? Who do we trust when the sanctity of our homes is violated or our personal property is stolen or damaged? Who do we trust when it comes to investigating crimes involving children, the elderly, those who cannot speak up for themselves because of age or infirmity? Who patrols our local streets and provides security at our schools? Who do members of Congress, for that matter, call when they are in their districts and they need security for a town hall or a public event? State and local law enforcement. That's who we call. If we trust them to do all of that, if we trust them with every category of crime and enforcement, surely we should give them a role in enforcing our country's immigration laws. To learn more about this bill, visit judiciary.house.gov.
Oh man, Trey Gowdy is freaking awesome, like always. I mean, the only thing that I could say would be the only problem with this plan about the local law enforcement is that they already have so much on their plate that they don't really have the manpower. They would need more people. I mean, they're already full of calls, of things to do. They're backlogged. I mean, they don't really have the manpower for it. And it's just that plain and simple. But other than that, he's absolutely right about President Obama and the Democrat Party and their complete disregard for law. Nobody should have that sort of power to just say, okay, there's a law, I don't like it, I'm not going to obey it, and nobody else has to obey it either. That's completely wrong, that's completely against our system, that isn't right, and that needs to stop. And hopefully with President Trump, it will stop. Our system simply cannot take the influx of people. I mean, it's bursting at the seams right now. the healthcare system, Social Security, everything. I mean, even local law enforcement. That's one of the reasons they're so overtaxed is because they have a lot of people here who's not supposed to be here, which they have to deal with, and it's not an easy task. Hopefully, this can change soon. Let's all hope it does.
60s, like he discriminated against African Americans for housing in the 60s. If you say he's been saying the same thing,
that should show you how far money can go.
he did a settlement. He did a settlement with the government because he had. Yeah, he did.
That's a flat-out lie.
That's not a lie. There was a settlement with the government with his housing people.
When you loan people money, you look at people's credit score. If somebody's credit score is too low, nobody's going to loan you money. It just so happened that when that happened, that was in New York, right? And the majority of the people asking for money happen to be African American. So however you want to look at it, that's who got denied. A lot of people, white people too. But when you look at it from that point of view, you're saying, oh, well, he's a racist because he's not loaning black people money. But that's not the case, man. That's how business works.
No, that was housing, providing renters,
yes.
like getting people into houses. And he settled with the government because the government brought up the government. Well, he didn't admit blame, but the government brought charges against him, and he settled with them. And that definitely shows something was going on.
There's no proof of intent. That means you don't want to go to jail.
That just means you don't want to go to jail, and you're being like you.
Well, I mean, usually you don't want to go to jail if you're guilty. That's the way that works.
He's not guilty. He's being accused. He's being accused of something, right? He's being accused of something, but from the point of view of a business, that's not what it is, man. That's just reality. That's called counting. It's like saying all the immigrants are Mexicans. Well, no, that's not racism. That's called counting.
You're saying what?
I'm saying I'm an immigrant, right? And most people say, oh, it's just all these immigrants that are coming in, all right? Right? Or like, look, I'm an immigrant, right?
Okay.
So all these people coming into this country, I'm Colombian, all right?
Okay.
All these Mexicans, and you were to say a bunch of these Mexicans are rapists or poor people or whatever, that's not racist. That's called counting. That's called being objective and seeing reality.
When you say that, I mean, the point is that the guy's running for president of the United States, leader of the free world. And his opening salvo, his opening statement is something that can be, if not overtly racist, is something that can easily be interpreted as racist talking. When you talked about the fact that people coming across the border, and you made all sorts of derogatory statements about the people coming across. He said that, well, I'll let you say it.
No, he said the grand majority of people that come over this country, I assume they're good people.
No, he said, and some of them were good people. That's what he said. Some of them. That's a big difference from most of them. Like, most of them are good people, some of them are bad people. To say there's a whole bunch of criminals coming across the border and some of them are good people that's not something you say to unite a country.
What else did he say?
So he said that most people coming across the country, right, illegally, are rapists. They're bringing in drugs. They're bringing in coke.
If he said that, then
that's what he said. He said that most people are coming in illegally. It's not true. But when the media spins it and says that he's calling all Mexicans rapists and all Latins rapists, dude, that's a blatant fucking lie. I'm an immigrant. I'm one of those assumedly good people. I can see that. It's not. It's a fucking lie. This guy is being attacked from all sides, but why? Because he's standing up against the machine. Of course being spit on.
Okay.
So did Jesus, so did Socrates, so did Martin Luther King. Every great leader in society that has changed the world has been attacked. And at some point they get murdered because they challenge everything that is the status quo.
Wait, hold up. Are you comparing Donald J. Trump with Martin Luther King? Because I think at that point we've made a jump that I think nobody here could make with you.
I'm saying that Donald Trump is one of the best candidates to ever walk across the political elections. He's one of the most competent people in our society. The guy's a brilliant businessman. He's written business books that are some of the top business books. All right? No, dude, he's written them. So what? Somebody paraphrases what he says. It's his ideas. He's been one of the most electrifying entertainers in reality TV, and he just walks into politics, sweeps out 17 Republicans, and all of a sudden he's like on the verge of winning the election. Dude, this guy is a fucking man on a mission. He's a renaissance man. He's beyond competent. He's beyond trustworthy. Are you kidding me? Compared to Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton's a crook. She should be in jail.
Yeah, I agree.
Are you kidding me? Bill Clinton's a rapist. Dude, these people are the biggest sociopaths in our society. And you're voting for them. You've been fed a lie, man. And that's what nobody wants to admit. That's what Donald Trump is so dangerous, because he's telling everybody what they don't want to hear. And if it's not Donald Trump, then somebody else, man. Society's gonna burn down to the ground if Hillary comes in. Either that or we're going to war with Russia. And that's the hard truth, man. I'm a fucking immigrant.